So, hello everyone. Today we are here to discuss the question power x comma n. What does it mean? It just tells you to find x to the power n. As simple as that. With an example to say, let's just say it's 3 to the power 5, and now you have to find the result. When I talk about 3 to the power 5, it's 3 multiplied to itself 5 times. Let's say 3 into 3 into 3 into 3 into 3. Makes sense? So it's just to say, now, if I have to tell you, it's just for int I is 0, I less than n, I plus plus, it just tells you that, hey, x into equal to x that many times, and then you can return your x. Make sense? And this gives you a big O of n complexity, right? But just think, if this was the solution, why would have I be, taking up this question? Or why would your interviewer ever be taking up this question? It's just one for loop, and with nothing you've thought of, right? There are some questions which work on one for loop, but then there's a lot of math that you do in your mind before that. But this is as simple as that I give it to a kid, right? You just have to keep multiplying. So that is not the optimum solution, obviously. You don't have to doubt that, because there was no maths you input into this. There was no heavy coding that you have implied into this. So there's something else that has to be implemented in this question. Make sense? So now we have to spot on what that is. So this is something that you call then in this way, and this was in your linear. Time complexity is this, and space complexity is big of 1, nothing you used. But then we have to go in. Space complexity is already optimized, right? It's big of 1, so you don't have to do anything to that. But linear time complexity, now you have to reduce the question from linear time complexity to a little lesser time complexity. Now let's see how do you do that. So we have the power exponential power method, okay? And this is like binary exponentiation method, okay? How is this going to work? Just keep looking. It's 3 to the power 5 and it's 3 to the power 4. I'm going to take both odd and even power so that you have a good sample space to check your solution on. So 3 to the power 4. Now, if it is 3 to the power 4, can I say it's 3 square to the power 4 by 2? Can I say that? It is 3 into 3 to the power 2. Or it's 9 square. Then can I say it's 9 into 9, 2 by 2, it's 81 to the power 1. And anything to the power 1 is anything itself. So this is 81. And then if I have to talk about 3 to the power 5, it is 3 into 3's power 4. And 3 power 4, this is what we've already calculated. So it is 3 to the power 81. So whenever there is an odd power, you multiply it 3 to the power 3 to the power 4. How do you do that? You take n minus minus. This you do minus minus, and then you multiply it with n. Make sense? And whenever it's an even power, you do n is n by 2. X is x into x. Here you do into x. This answer. I hope you're getting it. Are you? And now in every step, if you see, we're dividing it by 2. And in the case, there is just -1 for some cases, right? But overall, what we're doing, we're dividing the sample space every time by 2. What does it tell you? Your time complexity is going to be logarithmic of base 2n. Does that make sense? If you're not able to understand anything, please let me know in the comment section. But you see, your time complexity, we know it is this, and the space complexity, we know it to be big O of 1. Right? Now let's come to the coding part. So it's like you have to return double POV. POV is your function. Then you come in with int. What do I say? Int n double x. Makes sense? Now, the first and very important part is if this power is negative, then your x, your answer is basically 1 by answer. Do you get that? If it gives me 2 to the power 4, I do 2 to the power 4 and then I make 1 by 2 to the power 4 as the answer to it. Are you getting it? Okay. So we will do if n is less than 0. First, you take in your n in some else variable. Sorry. So first, what you do, you take your int, you make it an n, and you say this is n. Now, if n is less than 0, then nn has to be minus 1 into n. If your n is 0, you don't have to do anything. You can just say return 1. Anything to the power 0 is 1. Rest, you can just carry it on forward. And what you have to do is you have to just say while, because what we're doing, what are we reducing? It's n. So if you write while n, it's there. We can do this, right? So if n% 2 is equal to 0, that is to say we have even power. What did we do? N is n by 2 and x is x into x. Is this clear with us? Okay, next. Else, if the power is odd, what did we do? N minus minus. And we have to make here an answer, double answer, let's say 1.0, because we are multiplying, so it is safe to assume it as 1. 1 multiplied by anything gives you the answer, the number itself. And answer n2 equal to x. This is what we did. Post all this, if your n was less than 0, then you have to return 1 by answer, else you return answer. And this is your entire function. This ends out here. I hope you're good with everything, right? If not, please let me know in the comment section where is something that you're getting confused into. I'll make sure to address it off. With this, I think everything is good. Thank you so much. And yeah, do come back for another videos. Bye-bye.